let's get into these games. Actually, hold on. I want to talk one college football game with you guys because I don't know how many college football games I'm going to get to. It's Apple Cup week, which is weird in September.
Early in the year. Oregon State this week too.
Yes, Civil War. It's gonna be a fun weekend in college sports. But I want to get your guys' opinion on this game because you guys know me. I despise my Cougs because they always let me down. And this week is a lose option for me. We either win and then I get super excited because we finally beat the Huskies. We're 3-0, and then I guarantee you next week they'll go out and lose to. I don't even know who we're playing next week. They'll lose, or we lose, and I gotta hear all my buddies just texting me, giving me a hard time that we lost again to these Huskies. So it's lose option for me. But 4.5 points seems like a lot to give the Cougs in this one. I know it's on the road, but I kind of like the over in this game if I'm going to bet anything. But what's your opinion on this game, Robert?
So I was on Washington State and the under Texas Tech this past week because it climbed too high. It got to like 66 or so. You got Fish, the former Arizona coach. He has torched this defense, Washington State defense, in the past when he was at Arizona. So that I think they had
a little bit better weapons down there than they got in Washington right now. But
that's an interesting question. How much does he? Because I mean, those receivers are playing solid, but I think Arizona might be in trouble without him this year. We'll see. I think that's if Washington State schematically, like the problem with Leach was Washington's defense for a long time. They had his number. They knew exactly how to play that spread offense. And that was, I used to bet Washington all the time in that game because Leach's offense couldn't move the ball because Washington tackled so well on the perimeter and how they schematically matched up. So
I had a chance to hedge out of the Gardner Minshew year where the winner went to the Pac-12 championship. I had an 80-1 ticket on my Cougs to win the Pac-12 that year. And I had a chance to hedge out, and I couldn't pull the trigger on putting money on the Huskies.
You didn't want to bet the Huskies.
Who would have thought in Pullman the snow would have hurt us and not them? But that's exactly what happened. It started snowing, and I go, "Oh boy, that spread offense, quick pace is not going to work well in this snow," and it didn't.
I think talent-wise, doesn't Washington have an edge like from 24/7 composite talent ratings? I wonder how big of an edge is it? I don't know.
It's not an overwhelmingly big edge, but there's a slight talent disparity there due to the portal. It was, Washington State was hit pretty hard.
We lost a lot of people, and we didn't have much to begin with, and that's why I don't know how good this team actually is. It's tough to say.
Washington was able to save some of those recruits from the portal because they did hire him pretty quick after Kalen DeBoer moved on to Alabama there. A lot of times that's what gets you in trouble is you have that big gap in between coaches there and a lot of your recruits wind up looking elsewhere. But they did get him hired pretty quick, so they were able to save some of those guys from that portal.
I mean, you got Washington with 22 four-star players and Washington State with 3.
Yeah. That's not a small disparity. That's a very big disparity.
Sounds like
I'd say, honestly, Washington State should be double-digit underdogs. I'd probably lean Huskies in this game. Sorry.
That's not what you wanted to hear, man. But I think the more Uncle Bob talks right there, the more I'm thinking Huskies in this one.
I'm just going to bet the over and hope we all get points.
There you go.
At least if we lose, I hope we get blown out. So we hit the over.
Watch them play. Isn't the quarterback like some heavy running kind of quarterback this year for the Cougars?
That offense always has seemed to kind of have that element to it there,
Yeah. We I don't know, but we haven't really played anyone yet. Texas
Tech is a decent team.
They are, but I think they're underperforming heavily on their preseason expectation. I think a lot of people expect that Texas Tech team kind of struggled in week 1 there, beating Abilene Christian 52-51 in OT. And then you come back last week and go out on the road to a Washington State team that, doesn't even have a conference.
I will say it is weird coming out to the Palouse. Like a lot of those teams, like I saw when Bronny James USC came out. Yeah, I just could imagine what that was like when they landed. Like, where the hell are we? Middle. There's just nothing but fields.
and it was a Texas Tech team that brought back several guys and, was expecting to build off what they did last year. That's a team that really gave Oregon all they wanted down in Texas Tech last season there. And so they did bring some of those guys back, but they're definitely heavily underperforming expectations early on.
Real quick. I want to share, Robert, I don't think I've told you this. I have a Mike Leach story from when I have multiple Mike Leach stories when he was there because I was on campus when he originally arrived. He arrived my sophomore year. That year, his first year, we didn't win a single game until the Apple Cup. and that was great. The only game that we won was Apple Cup. So I didn't usually go back home for Thanksgiving because there would be 1 week left of finals and then go back for like a 5-week Christmas break. So I would just stay, and then there would always be Apple Cup, and I'd always want to watch that, and if it was in Pullman. And so I went to the game, and when we were down double digits, we came storming back, won that game somehow. Leach got a $25,000 bonus for winning the Apple Cup. He came into the bar right down the road from the stadium where everyone went after the game, bought everyone a beer and a shot. It was
love Mike Leach. Love that
Yeah.
guy. Rest in peace to the Pirate, man.
Yeah, rest in peace. So I was a big Mike Leach fan after that, and I was like, he gets us. He
does. He understands. Man of the people.
But okay, that's what I want to know. My Cougars going to lose this weekend. Great.